Give me a second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My lover, she is waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget. But between the drinks and subtle things and holes in my apologies, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you
home tonight. You are young. So let's set this world on fire. You can burn brighter.
Oh my God, please stop.
I'm still sick. Guys, welcome to Real Awkward, the podcast that makes you feel like a man.
That was worth the wait. That was worth the wait.
My name's Andy.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Ashley.
That was your version was really pretty, and I just wanted to sit here and listen to you. And I wanted to jump in, but I was like, you don't have a voice, just go for it. Just go for it. We have a special guest today. Amanda is joining us all the way from Washington State. Amanda, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Thank you for having me on this episode.
Long-time host of the fucking show.
I actually do have my own show, if I could plug it for a second.
Oh, I love it. What is it?
It's called My Friends Left Me Across the Country by Myself. No, I'm just playing. That was a weird way to introduce someone, but thanks.
Yeah, I know. No, guys, Amanda, if this is the first time you're ever listening.
If this is the first time you're listening to this show, I'm regularly here all the time.
Amanda's always here.
I mean, her name's like in the...
Yeah, Real Awkward with Amanda and Andy.
And I'm not Amanda.
No. You're
not.
Ashley.
Yes.
So we like to introduce you to this podcast. Now you know we're all awkward, real awkward, and we talk about real films and actors of those films. Amanda, can you tell our listeners what a street cred is all about?
Okay, so here's the deal. So on a street cred episode, we will pull up somebody's IMDb credits, actor, director, whatever. Start at the bottom, work all our way to the top. Now we're here. We're going to shit on some movies. We're going to really love some movies. And they might not be movies that you liked or disliked, so deal with it, because this is a show not yours. And so that's how street cred works.
Hell yes. Ashley, please tell our listeners who the special guest is today.
Well, if you clicked on the thumbnail.
Yes, if you clicked on the thumbnail.
You already know.
If you're listening.
If you're still listening and you clicked on the thumbnail, you know this is about Robbie Downey.
Robbie Downey Jr.
JR.
That's right.
Funny enough, before we get started, because Ash is about to jump down that bio, can I tell everyone that you used to have a big crush on Robbie Downey? And I don't know if you still do.
I don't remember this.
Oh, hells yeah. You wanted to be up on that.
Okay. I'll own it.
Wow, that was very subtle. Sure. I'd take it all.
I could spend all this time trying to convince you. Otherwise.
No, I know it's true.
Or we can just move on with the show.
I know it's true. I would have lost you to Robert Downey if he would have taken a knee.
If only he wasn't like...
Could you be mad about it, though?
No, dude. When she's told me she wanted an Iron Man, I didn't realize what she meant.
I liked him before.
I knew it didn't mean mean, though.
Okay.
I'm a hipster that way.
Can you please tell us what the hell this guy's all about?
Yes. Downey.
Yes.
Was born April 4th, 1965.
Oh, shit. I didn't know he was that close to my birthday.
Aries?
Yep.
So you guys are like...
Yes.
Two peas in a pod?
He's an Aries.
He was born in Manhattan, New York, the son of writer, director, and filmographer Robert Downey Sr.
Oh, now we know.
and actress Elsie Downey. Robert's father is half Lithuanian Jewish, 1/4 Hungarian Jewish, and 1/4 Irish descent, while Robert's mother was English, Scottish, German, and Swiss German ancestry.
Damn, dude. All sorts of melting pot there.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
I love it. That's a good bio for him. That's okay.
That's all we need to know. It goes into like his drug use and stuff, but
We don't need to
we all
talk
know
about that. We'll probably talk about it in some of the films. So, where did he start
Mr. Downey,
his acting career?
1970,
Whoa, wait, when was he born again?
65.
Oh, shit. Okay. 5 years old.
He was in Pound.
Pound Town? No, I'm just kidding. That's awkward.
His character's name was Puppy. I don't know.
5-year-old boy named Puppy.
Rated X.
What? That's weird. Or is that another movie?
No. No, that Pound was rated X.
Oh, geez.
Not
Amanda.
triple X.
Oh, wait. What's the difference?
Maybe
Is there a
it
difference?
Maybe it doesn't have a rating.
Oh, okay.
In Pound, 18 dogs wait to be adopted.
That does not sound like a triple X movie.
It does not.
Okay, next. Greaser's Palace.
That
looks
sounds like a
he's
triple
uncredited.
X movie.
Up the Academy.
Okay.
Baby, It's You.
So this is all like he's kid, right?
Probably
Baby,
like
It's
a
You was in
teenager.
1983, so he would have been
Okay.
18 at this point.
Okay, gotcha.
Firstborn.
No, I have not seen any of these.
Tough Turf.
Good old Tough Turf.
It's uncredited and Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Oh, interesting. Like a side character, like a little
Yeah.
extra in the background.
Punk
Like,
Party Crasher.
it's me, Robert Downey,
Yeah.
in the back. Okay.
Weird Science.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's a bully.
Do you remember this, Amanda?
I've seen it like once.
Yes, he's messing with the boys.
Weird Science.
I always thought it was weird.
I saw this movie so many times as a
Wait,
kid.
you thought Weird Science was weird?
Yeah.
What
It's
part?
two little pervy teenagers that like make a robot woman out of a centerfold and then expect her to like love them. It's weird.
It's awesome.
I feel like Weird Science and Revenge of the Nerds were like two movies that played over and over on TBS.
Oh
They
yeah.
did.
It's just like repeats
They did.
all summer.
I think
I
the
like Weird
Dude,
Science a lot.
That's awesome.
I think the song is better than the movie.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
But I do have to say that I remember Robert Downey Jr. in this. And it's not a whole lot, but he is messing with the boys. He's just like, I don't know if it's by himself or he's part of the group that's kind of tormenting them or whatever. Because they like steal their clothes and stuff like that. And they have to like come out into the gym naked. That type of silly stuff. The 80s humor, you
Silly
know.
antics. Next, he was in 2 episodes of Mussolini: The Untold Story.
That's Amanda's
Who
favorite.
did he play in that?
Bruno Mussolini.
Interesting.
He was in 16 episodes of Saturday Night Live.
Whoa.
I didn't know that.
Wait, was he a cast member?
I don't think so.
Or did he just like drop in to do a couple things?
I don't know, but 16 episodes?
A 16 episodes means that you were like a featured
Yeah.
comedian.
Must have been.
Wow.
Crazy. I don't think of him as a comedian.
No, but now I want to watch whatever
Yeah.
episodes they were. What year was this?
1985-86.
Okay. All right. We're going to look it up
Yeah.
afterwards.
Back to School.
Back to school. Back to school. To prove to daddy that I'm not a fool.
Okay, we have a lot to get through. Here.
Okay, sorry.
America.
America.
Fuck yeah.
The Pickup Artist.
That one seems familiar.
I think he's actually a leading role in this.
The Pickup Artist.
It was him and Molly Ringwald.
Oh, shit. So not John Hughes, but maybe the same style of film.
Possibly.
Amanda, do you remember this at all? This movie?
No.
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 Amanda says no. No
I
on
don't think
that
I ever
one.
saw it either.
The only thing I could think is that, you know, the only thing I can think is I want to say that the name is familiar enough that maybe we had it at Blockbuster,
Oh, well,
But-
yeah, we could have seen it. Can I see the cover?
but like not to where.
Interesting. I don't even know if I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, I don't.
But
think
I would watch it. Molly
Yeah.
Ringwald and Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Hell's yes. Hell's yes.
Next was Rented Lips.
That does not sound like one I would have watched.
Less Than Zero.
nor
I've heard of
Best
that.
Friend.
I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
Johnny Be Good.
Wait, who's the main actor in that one?
Anthony Michael Hall.
That's before he did Back to the Future, right? Oh wait, I'm retarded. I'm sorry. Anthony Michael Hall was in Weird Science.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe they were best friends from that film.
Maybe.
Okay.
1969.
No, what was it about? You're not going to do that?
Nope.
Okay.
We got to at least get to something we know.
Oh, I didn't realize how many there were.
That's Adequate. Nope. True Believer.
Dude, so he did all of this stuff, which was like, I don't even know. I wouldn't call these B movies, but I would call
He
them
very
like,
much had two phases to his. He very much had two phases to his career.
right? Because wasn't he kind of the not heartthrob, but like little,
cute, kind of like
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I want to say Boy Next Door, but that's not what his
No, he
characters
wasn't.
were.
He was more of like kind of the bad boy, but
like quirky bad boy who
Quirky
learns to
bad
be
boy.
cheeky.
who learns to be good in the end, type of deal.
He's really good. He's just kind of rebellious, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Just about every film I've listed so far is ranked between or rated between like 4 and 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
like nothing's good yet.
No big blockbusters,
Yeah.
but like enough there that he would have gotten more and more gigs.
Sure, he's
Okay.
probably attractive enough, and
Yeah, because Robert
Got a
Downey
great
Jr. when
personality.
he was younger was good looking.
yeah.
Yeah.
he's still good looking.
Yeah.
I don't know what I said last.
I
True
agree.
Believer. Chances are.
Can I stop you just for year? Just year.
Oh, okay. 1989.
Okay, so we're still in the 80s.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
1990. Air America.
That sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen it. Comedy?
Mel Gibson.
Interesting.
Mel Gibson was doing action at that time, so it could be some comedy though.
His next one was Too Much Sun. Soap Dish.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Yeah, you've seen that one?
Yes. So Soap Dish is actually like, you know how at Blockbuster there'd be all those ensemble films, Valentine's Day, New Year's,
Yeah.
whatever. That's what Soap Dish is, dude. It has like fucking Oprah's in it, Sally Field
Sally
is in
Field, Kevin Kline.
it. Yep.
Kathy Moriarty.
Interesting.
Carrie Hatcher.
Yep. And it's basically they're
Elizabeth
on
Shue.
set of a production of like soaps during the day.
Oh,
and like
okay.
all the drama that happens around how that production. And I think Robert Downey Jr. is literally a producer or director or something like that in the film. And he's dealing with like a prima donna like actress most of the time. But yeah, actually I remember enjoying that film. I thought it was pretty good.
Chaplin.
Oh,
Oh, that's
yes,
good.
That's right. That's right. That's where he
He plays Charlie Chaplin.
I feel like
And-
that's probably his first like real recognized role.
Well, I mean, he's like the main guy,
Yeah, he's Chaplin.
but also maybe notoriety, like a good film. Like,
Yeah, I
like-
think you're
Yeah.
right, Ash. I think it was the first
Yeah.
time. Well, and I think a lot of his movies were kind of like teen or like kind of like lighthearted stuff, and I think it was the
Right,
first time he
sure.
was ever really given a chance
Yeah.
to kind of show what he could do.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I agree.
I'll be honest, I've never seen it though.
I think though these two films, he was really going through the rough patch though,
Okay.
because I think like either that or the start of it, because I feel like we're really close to where he had to go do the rehab stuff.
I've been kind of looking for like a break-in dates,
Mm-hmm.
but his next one was Heart and Souls.
I don't think I saw that one.
Shortcuts.
Shortcuts.
Hail Caesar.
That sounds familiar. Can I see
Rated 3.1, so it's probably
Ooh.
a really good movie.
Can I see
There's
the cover?
also a Coen Brothers movie called Hail Caesar that came out a
Yeah.
few years ago.
I remember that one. Who else
Another
was in Hail?
Anthony Michael Hall.
See, I kind of think that they built a relationship from Weird Science and kind of did stuff together. Because Anthony Michael Hall was also in Breakfast Club, right? Like as the nerd,
I think so. Yeah.
I've never
right?
seen it.
And I don't know. I just think, especially when you're in movies like that younger together, you probably do keep a relationship. Maybe that's how you got gigs back and forth.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Natural Born Killers.
That movie is bananas.
Is that with Woody Harrelson?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Juliette Lewis.
Juliette Lewis. Yeah. I wonder what his role was, though.
I don't know what the name of his character is.
Well, I don't even remember him in it, to be honest. So,
I don't remember it being a large part.
yeah.
I
must have been small.
truly, I don't remember him in it at all.
Well, I'm wondering, though, too, if he was going through the hard times. Because he went to jail, right? And I forget, was it DUI? I don't remember. But,
I
or
think he had possession.
possession or whatever. But
I
I know
don't
he had
actually
to go to
know.
jail for a little while. And I'm wondering if even this, trying to get back in the scene, it would have just been like small roles given to you.
Well, and you also have to think, maybe over a span of 2 years, he made 6 movies. And they're all
Sure,
being
right.
released a little bit at a time.
Oh, yeah. We've talked
Yeah.
about that on the podcast before, that some of the production companies hold on to these films for longer.
Yeah. Which was
than
probably a case with
expected.
that Hail Caesar movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His next one was Only You, which I feel like I've probably seen. It's a Marissa Tomei. I think it's like a romantic.
I love Marissa Tomei.
Have you seen it though?
Nope.
Do you love her that much?
Nope.
See, you can marry her.
She's on my top.
I'll take
She's on
Robbie.
my top 5, and she's like, I think she's a cougar now.
So I just looked it up. So after repeatedly missing court-ordered drug tests, Robert
Oh.
Downey was sentenced to a 3-year prison stint in 1999, but only ended up serving a year in a California substance abuse treatment facility and state prison.
What year are you on now?
We're at 94.
Oh, see, so we're not even there yet.
Yeah.
But I
Okay,
think
so-
he was like in and out of like
Well, I was gonna say
court-appointed
abu-
rehab.
but also substance abuse in general. Probably hard to get some good roles. Like probably hard to get like
Depends how good
Yeah.
you are
any
at it.
consistency.
Well, and nobody
I don't know.
wanted to. I mean, I think even when he was young, everybody knew that he had problems, so nobody wanted to invest and back him because I
Yeah.
don't think he was very reliable.
Do you know what this screams to me? This screams to me Ezra Miller all over. Like
I think
Flash.
he's worse.
No. He is worse because he's like also physically abusive. But I'm just saying, like up and coming star, like lots of like older roles, and then all of a sudden you just shit the bed. Anyway,
Sure.
Continue.
I think it's probably more common than you think.
Yeah.
Richard III.
Good old
Nope.
Dick.
Home for the Holidays.
That sounds like a silly Christmas movie.
Yep.
Or was it a Hallmark?
I don't know.
Okay.
Restoration.
Nope.
Danger Zone.
Is it a sequel to Top Gun?
Nope.
Danger
One
zone.
One Night Stand.
I know. We're so quiet on this right now because he had such a long career before he, what I would say, he skyrocketed into stardom.
Yeah.
So, and he did so much stuff though. Like this has got to be what, a couple movies a year
Yeah.
at this point? That's nuts.
Yeah. There's probably like, yeah, three-ish movies a year.
3. I mean, that's a
Depending
lot,
on the
guys.
year,
That's
yeah.
like, I mean, that's only 4 months.
Right. Like it's a lot of work.
4 months of work for each movie. Like that's nuts. Also, anybody listening, if you've seen any of this stuff that we're obviously not familiar with, please comment. Let us know if any of them are worth it.
Yep.
Oh, definitely.
Two Guys and a Girl.
And a pizza place.
There's no pizza place involved.
Is that what it came from though?
I don't know.
I wonder if that was like a rewrite and then made it into TV or TV.
I don't think so.
Okay. Dang it.
I think it's more of like a love triangle kind of situation.
Okay. Seems like a Robert Downey movie.
Okay, I'm going to keep shooting through these. Hugo Pool.
Nope.
The Gingerbread Man.
Is that a horror?
No.
Oh, dang it.
You're
It looks like a drama. U.S. Marshals.
Oh,
that's good.
that's Tommy Lee, right?
Yeah.
Amanda?
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones.
I think
I wonder-
Wesley
Oh, wait.
Snipes or something.
Yeah, but isn't Robert Downey Jr. a detective in that one or something like that? Like with Tommy Lee, like his backup or his second in command or something? I forget.
I think
Right?
so.
Or is he
I
the
think
villain?
so.
Or is he the villain?
No,
I
because
don't remember.
Samuel Wesley Snipes was the bad guy.
Yeah, right. See, I think it was something like that.
Next was In Dreams.
No
Friends and Lovers.
Man, he did a lot of this stuff that reminds me of like a Molly Ringwald film.
Bowfinger.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's
I
'cause
love
Steve
Bowfinger.
Martin.
Yeah, dude, Bowfinger's funny as hell. I
See,
must
it's like-
never show it to the Laker girls.
It's like I remember these movies, but I don't remember him.
Yeah.
No, because this one's Eddie Murphy and Steve Martin,
Yes.
and basically, Bowfinger's like he's a comedian or something like that, and Steve Martin is like his publicist or something like that, and he's trying to get him to like calm down because he just does really inappropriate stuff all the time.
Oh, see, I thought that was the one where
Or
I
is
thought
that about
Bowfinger.
or is that
I
one
thought-
where they're making a movie?
I thought Bowfinger was the one where Eddie Murphy is playing two characters, where he's like, there's like the nerdy Eddie Murphy, and then like the cool guy Eddie Murphy.
I'm so confused now. Wait, is Bowfinger the one where it's like dissociative disease or whatever it's called, like multiple personality? Or this is like really an actor in the film, like doing these two things? Like it's part of the performance, is what you're saying?
Actually, what's the synopsis?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I must be confused.
When a desperate movie producer fails to get a major star for his bargain basement film, he decides to shoot the film secretly around him.
I'm so confused.
I feel like that didn't clear anything up.
I'm confused because I feel like everything that I said is like 10% right.
I've never seen this, so I can't.
Okay, so Steve Martin wants to make a movie, so he just films around Eddie Murphy without his knowledge.
He's just like creating footage.
Okay, all right. Apparently, I completely blanked what this
Apparently,
movie was
we need
about.
to see Bowfinger
I
again.
remember thinking it was funny though. I remember liking
All right.
it. Okay.
His next movie was called Black and White.
Oh, also, we didn't talk about Robert Downey Jr. in that. I have no idea what role he played in Bowfinger.
Wonder Boys with Michael Douglas.
No.
He was in 25 episodes of Ally McBeal.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he was part of the cast of that. I liked the first couple seasons. I did fall off on it though. Like I didn't watch a lot of the last stuff. So that dancing baby, dude.
That's all I remember from the show. I never like really watched it. I just remember the baby.
Yeah, it was just like courtroom legal drama, right? But it's just like what they were doing in like inside the office most of the time.
From what I understand, it's like single female lawyer. Like
Yeah. Well, yeah,
It's-
she's dealing with dating and all of
Yeah.
that stuff all the time. Did I say courtroom drama?
yeah.
I didn't mean to say that. I take it back.
Okay. His next movie was The Singing Detective.
I've heard of that.
I
Singing?
think I've seen this.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Ash. Is singing. Okay. Okay.
Sorry, if I click on a synopsis, I have to scroll all the way back down.
My bad.
This next one was Gothica.
Oh, I liked Gothica.
Yeah. Isn't
Yeah,
he like
that's-
the doctor or something?
Is it Halle Berry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Horror film or thriller. One of the two.
Thriller.
I think thriller. Yes. I think that was his role in that one. I think you're right. Psychiatrist or something like that.
Yeah. I thought it was fine. It's decent.
But again, he's not the main star.
Yeah.
No.
Next, he did Eros.
Does that have to do with the god?
Possibly.
Okay.
It looks sexy.
It looks sexy. Is it rated X?
No.
Not triple X,
Rated R.
just X.
Next movie was Game 6 with Michael Keaton.
Oh.
I like both of those guys, so I would watch that, whatever it was. Is it about baseball,
It doesn't look like it.
basketball?
Football.
All the sports.
What has Game 6?
I don't know. Do you want me to click on it?
No.
March Madness.
Then you have to scroll down, and it's a big
know.
problem.
Next, he did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yay! Val Kilmer.
That's a great movie.
It is
It's
a
really
really
good.
good movie. What is the premise of that film or that one again? Do it because it's worth it.
Okay.
If we're going to talk about good movies, tell people what that one's about.
You should know. After being mistaken for an actor, a New York thief is sent to Hollywood to train under a private eye for a potential movie role, but the duo are thrown together with a struggling actress into a murder mystery.
Ooh. It's actually really good. I remember really liking that film.
I haven't seen that a really long time. I need to watch that again.
Yeah.
I agree with Amanda.
Next, he did Good Night and Good Luck.
Oh, that's good. That's about it's like a radio guy. No,
it's
so it's
about
like
a radio guy.
It's like the communism era, and there was a guy. What was his name? McCarthy. I'm probably wrong, but
Wait,
he was like saying that people were like communists and stuff, and there was like this radio guy trying to like talk about it and get to the bottom of everything, and that's what it's about.
Wait, is that with Robin Williams? No, that's
What?
Good Morning Vietnam. It's very different. Wait, so what's his role in that one? Is he the main actor?
I don't remember him in it.
Okay.
That's the
Like
problem I'm having is like all
I'm
these
having
older
a
movies.
theme- Yeah.
I'm like, I saw it, but I don't, his acting doesn't stand out to me.
No, I'm having a theme right now of like, we got to cast this role real quick. Anybody know anybody? Oh, Robert Downey will do it. Like,
Well, so
Yeah.
we're like early 2000s, right?
yeah, are we past the 99
2005.
issues?
Okay, so
yeah.
he's in a point now where he was just publicly
Right.
the loser, and he's
Yep.
trying to rebuild his career.
He's trying to build it back. That's fair.
So he's
You're
probably
right.
taking any role that people
Yeah.
will trust him with.
I would do
'Cause
it too.
he probably has like huge insurance policies and stuff from the
Yeah.
studios.
You're probably right.
He was in an episode of Family Guy.
Dude, I didn't even think Family Guy was that early. That's crazy. That blew my mind.
Family Guy started in 1999.
Whoa.
Family Guy
Yeah.
is over 20 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
His next movie was A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints.
You saw that. I never
I
saw
saw
it.
this. We talked about this on another
Oh,
episode.
you're right. Another actor was in that movie. Channing
was it?
Tatum?
We didn't do a Channing Tatum.
Oh, sorry.
secret.
You're right. We didn't.
Who is in this that we talked about?
It's just on the front cover. It's probably one of them.
No, nobody. I have no idea why we talked about this before.
Okay.
But it's a good movie.
Okay.
It's a drama, but
From the street. Are they on the streets?
no.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that question means.
From the streets. We're hard here. From the streets.
But he plays like the older version of, I think, Shia LaBeouf.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's good. I'd watch it again. Next, he did The Shaggy Dog
Why does that sound familiar?
with Tim Allen.
Oh God, that is the movie that I'm thinking of. No. Block it from my brain. I remember that being so dumb. Isn't it dumb? It's really dumb.
Yeah, well, it's like a Disney, like...
Yeah, he's like, he's a man that gets turned into a dog,
Yeah.
right? God, so stupid.
I hate animated animals.
Oh, it's not even that.
No, it's
I
not
think
an-
it's creepy looking, isn't it? Like, it doesn't he have like
It's human eyes.
human eyes? That's
He's
what I'm
got
saying.
human eyes.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't
Creeps
like
me
it.
out.
But the fact that Robert Downey's in it and I don't remember
He's
that
Dr.
at all.
Kozak, so I wonder if he was like a vet or something.
Yeah, that's probably all he is.
His next one was A Scanner Darkly.
Ooh, this movie's good.
Well, it just has a really cool design on top of
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously not like the most like thrilling story on the planet, but like the animation style is really cool. So like they filmed the movie
Yeah.
and then they like took it and like cell shaded it and like did all this crazy shit on top of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
And-
they did hand-drawn frames of all the actors. like,
It's
on top
cool.
of it. It is really cool. I agree.
His next one was Fur, an imaginary portrait of Diane Arbus.
I
How do you
think
read
I
a
missed
okay.
it.
How do you read a script like that? And you're like, that one sounds really good. That sounds
They
intriguing
probably
as
said
hell.
we'll pay you.
Hey, bro, do you need $20,000 fast? Do this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he did Zodiac.
Oh, that was good.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Banger.
Right?
Yeah.
Jake
Well,
Gyllenhaal, Mark Ruffalo.
Jake Gyllenhaal's the bad guy, right?
No.
Oh.
Banger.
No.
No.
Wait, can you help me, Amanda? What characters are they playing? Do you remember Robert Downey Jr.'s
They're
character?
like reporters, and I think they're mostly reporters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think one of them is like a private eye, but
Okay.
they're obviously tracking the Zodiac killer.
Right. Right.
And obviously the Zodiac killer case in the real world is unsolved.
Right.
And I think Jake Gyllenhaal, so the Zodiac was known for a few things, but he sent the media these like cryptic, like word search puzzles almost.
Right.
And with no key of how to find the code in it.
Right.
And I think Jake Gyllenhaal's character is the person who like figures it out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so they're like kind of working together to try and figure all this stuff out.
Yeah, but what is Robert Downey in it? Do you remember his character in it?
I think he's a reporter or a private eye. I don't
Oh, okay,
exactly
okay.
remember.
Okay.
But it's kind of like the three of them are kind of like working together. But I think Jake Gyllenhaal's like the main character.
Okay.
But it was them trying to figure out who Zodiac is.
Yeah, right. I know the premise of the film. I just don't remember Robert Downey Jr.'s I don't remember his role at all in that film because I remember liking
he's
the
got
movie,
he's got like mutton chops, if I can remember correctly.
Oh.
No, that movie's really good. Like if you haven't seen that movie, I would absolutely recommend it. I think it's really
Yeah.
well done. It's a little slow. And I think it's long. So I think they, if I remember correctly, like I think they could have shaved about a half an hour off of it.
Yeah, it's 2 hours and 37
What
minutes.
year is this?
2007.
So we're like right on the heels.
Oh yeah.
of him
I mean,
getting his breakout. Yeah.
yeah, I think Zodiac especially helped him.
Yeah. I agree. Okay.
His next one was Lucky You.
Ooh, that sounds familiar too.
Drew Barrymore and I think Eric Bana. I feel like it has something to do with like gambling.
Oh, okay. That
Do you
sounds more
remember?
familiar.
I don't
Yeah.
know what his role in it was. Again,
No, I remember Eric Bana though. Isn't he like good at gambling or
Yeah.
something like that? Or he just won't stop.
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
something
one
to
of
do
the
with
two.
gambling. That's all I remember.
But again, Robert Downey Jr. probably not the main character.
yeah. And then next he did Charlie Bartlett.
Remember
Oh, I
that one
like
too.
that
Kat
movie.
Denning.
And Anton Yelchin.
Yeah, Anton Yelchin. Yeah,
Oh,
I remember this being
R.I.P..
pushed a lot when we were in Blockbuster.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was kind of that quirky indie lighthearted comedy with like
Yeah.
really dramatic moments.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
That one's good.
And the next one, I don't know if you've heard of it. It's Iron Man.
What?
Mm.
Do.
Never seen it.
What's that one about? Do the synopsis.
No, I mean, come on, like so.
Are you kidding me right now?
I'm messing with you.
So I know at the time, and now more information about it has come out, but so Robert Downey Jr. was not the highest paid actor in that movie.
No,
And,
I heard about this.
So the studio, I guess, I wish I could remember what it was, but Marvel Studios took a huge risk casting him in the lead
Yeah,
role, and I guess
right.
there was like all these insurance policies, and they basically told him like, we are going to control you until this movie is finished.
That's still crazy though to know his history, and Disney they hadn't started.
It wasn't Disney at the
Oh,
time.
sorry.
Own Marvel yet?
Marvel. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Marvel, knowing his past history, knowing that they had struggled
That's what I was gonna
with
say.
some
Like,
films. Yeah.
do you think that if Disney had owned Marvel at that point, that they would have let them cast Robert Downey Jr.?
I don't think so.
No
I don't
way.
think
So.
Yep. Nope. I
No
think
way.
he lucked out. He lucked out that
Yeah.
that acquisition didn't happen like sooner.
Well-
that would have been hard.
But at this point, I can't imagine anyone else playing Tony Stark.
No, absolutely not.
No, that's hard. That's really hard to throw somebody else in that role now.
But I mean, I remember even at the time thinking like that it was very well cast because he looked like him, kind of had the same kind of cocky attitude.
Yeah, I agree.
I remember thinking like, okay, like this could work.
Well, what's funny about it though is that in the comics, Tony Stark has drinking problems, like
Yeah.
real life alcoholism issues. And they did not put that in the film. He drinks, but they didn't really put his alcoholism in the film. And I thought it's interesting from the casting choice. I do wonder if he was like, listen, guys, I've lived it. I literally have lived that life of addiction. I think I can bring a lot to this character and understand where he's coming from. I think him having such the struggles really gave him this role, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, to Amanda's point, though, real quick on this film, I'm pretty sure, Amanda, they only paid him $300,000.
I don't know how much. I just know
I don't think
Terrence
he got-
Howard.
Yeah, yep.
Terrence Howard was the highest paid actor in that movie, because he had just come off of Hustle and Flow, I believe.
Right, yeah.
And so he was the highest paid actor. And then we'll get into it, I'm sure, pretty soon here. For the second one, he wanted the same bump in pay increase, just like Tony Stark got.
Yeah, right.
They said no, so he refused to do the film, thinking that they would cave and give him what he wanted. And they were
Right.
just like, bye.
They're like, dude, we could recast your ass easy, bro. Yep.
He was paid $2.5 million. For
What?
Iron Man.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right.
Well,
I read
so
two
I
different
don't-
articles.
I just know that
And then he
Tony.
got $10 million for Iron Man.
Well,
2.
I knew that they did almost like 5 times the amount. Yeah.
Well, and I know that. So, I almost said Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. got the Jack Nicholson deal essentially, where
Right.
Robert Downey Jr. gets he takes his fee for the movie, but then he also gets a kickback of like once the movie. I don't know exactly what his contract is, but it's like once the movie like earns back what it cost, he gets a percentage of everything above it.
Oh, for those royalties.
Yeah, royalties. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't exactly know what the exact terms are,
That's
so I'm
still,
probably
like,
wrong.
unlimited money at this point.
But basically, he said like, "Yeah, I'll do it, but I want this much percentage."
Right.
And
Right.
so I think he has to be in the movie, but like, so all these Avengers movies, he's getting like a piece off the top of each one.
That's so much money. Oh my God. That's
Well,
incredible.
so Jack Nicholson was in one Batman movie in the 80s. He
Right.
basically gets a piece of like all Batman licensing or like
That's
some
nuts.
I don't know. Again, I don't know exactly know all of it, so don't come for me.
Sure.
But like he gets a piece of Batman.
Well, I think it would have been a Warner Brothers deal. Right?
Yeah, but like that's
Yeah.
bonkers to me.
Oh, I know it's nuts. I mean, those characters are so. I mean, at this point, it used to be Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, right? Like those were the 3 anybody talked about. Freaking Iron Man is up there on that list now,
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, just from this film alone. So, and I know he's got so much more that we could talk about. I just know this is the turning point. Like this is the huge part of Robert Downey Jr. in that career. Us as movie fans, we didn't see effing 40 movies the guy did previously to this. And then now I don't think I've missed a film since,
Well,
to
and,
be honest.
we'll see.
and this is
We'll
when
see. Yeah.
not only did it make him an A-list star,
Right.
but this movie, because not only did it really just kind of like open the door to all the possibilities that the
Yep.
MCU could do, but it really like highlighted him as an actor, but also like made us see that like, okay, X-Men, they could do that. Spider-Man, they could do that.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
now we can make pretty good looking fake suits, huge
Yeah.
action set pieces.
Right.
And like, I mean, it blows my mind that this one movie that was kind of like the Hail Mary by Marvel, like really completely changed movies.
It's crazy, dude. It's friggin' Jon Favreau. Why in the world would you think this guy knows how to make an Iron Man movie?
Right?
Like, how does this guy know how to like give the stamp of approval on a good Iron Man model and animation?
Yeah.
And like, holy
That movie
shit.
was a huge risk.
It's incredible. And it still holds up to this day.
was
It's
just
still
gonna
a
say, it
great
holds
film.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Robbie, let's do it. Let's
He
go.
was
on this ride.
uncredited in The Incredible Hulk.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he was
right.
at the very end.
And then he did Tropic Thunder.
Dude, okay.
Banger.
It's so good, but I just watched an interview of him and someone says, do you think that you could get away with blackface today? And he was like, absolutely not. He said, unless the writing was phenomenal, like unless the comedic came off as comedy the right way. But he's like, that film was under the wire of that being funny. He's like, we were like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
There were, honestly, okay, no, yeah. Yes, of course. Blackface is not fucking funny. Okay?
Right.
Let's just say that right now.
Right.
That being said,
Yes.
he was the funniest person in the fucking movie. But I think because from the get-go, they said I've seen this movie a million times, okay? They say like you see him as a white actor.
Yes.
And then you see like news clips, like video clips of like him undergoing a controversial skin darkening thing to do it. And so it's like they kind of say in the movie already, like, nobody agrees with this. They all think it's terrible. Like, but he did it.
It's
and then
like
the
part
whole,
of the character. Yeah.
And then the whole movie, because he's like so pretentious, he has to method act.
Right.
And then the whole movie, everybody's just like you're ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then the black actor just like keeps calling him out on it and is saying like, this is offensive.
What do you mean, you people?
Yes.
Right? Isn't that where that came
What
from?
do you mean, you people? So it's interesting to see blackface in a somewhat current movie.
Yeah.
And he was nominated for Academy Award for it.
Wow. What year is this, Ash?
2008.
Okay. It just goes to show you, though, like 15 years, right?
Almost.
We're talking 15 years. Like, that's a big discrepancy in how culture can change, though.
Well,
You know what I mean?
even just Simple Jack. You
Yeah.
couldn't have those jokes now.
Oh, dude. No, you could. You never go full retard.
You couldn't do that. Well,
It's
even just
like all of that
even
stuff
just
was
the-
so funny back then, and it's like every single one. It's like that's inappropriate. You can't
Yes.
do that anymore. That's not funny anymore.
No,
Yeah.
and then like them kind of making fun of Asian cultures and stuff, and then Robert Downey Jr.'s character putting whiteface on,
Yeah,
like
I
and
remember that,
impersonating like a different person. Like you could not do that.
Yeah, I know, but I'll be honest.
But that being
I'll be
said,
the
it's
first
fucking
person-
hilarious.
The stuff that was made back then, I think, personally, offensive or not, just because something's offensive doesn't mean it can't be funny. Does that make sense? So it was Tropic Thunder. When that came out in the theaters, I remember walking out of the theater and being like, that movie was fucking hilarious the entire time.
I loved it.
Like, yeah, no doubt. Okay, Robert Downey.
Not usually a fan of Ben Stiller, but
Banger.
Yes.
What else you got?
his next one was The Soloist.
Banger.
Yeah.
That was a good
was good.
movie.
Is that with the one with Jamie Foxx?
Yep.
Jamie Foxx.
Yep.
And he
I
played
never
the
saw
cello.
it.
Yep. It's actually
I
a really
don't-
good film.
It's
I
a
don't watch
drama.
dramas.
But it's about them just having a relationship, right? Most of the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Building a relationship. Yeah.
Yep.
After that, he did Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
Banger.
So I'm going to say that he had a risk here of being typecast as Iron Man. And somehow he like gets to be both characters and you get to differentiate them. You're not like that's Tony Stark as Sherlock
Yeah.
Holmes or that's Sherlock Holmes as Tony Stark. He really did show his acting was really good.
It was.
Those movies are great. I'm a huge Sherlock Holmes fan just in life. And so when I heard that Guy Ritchie was going to be doing a Sherlock Holmes movie, I was like,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Jump on
And
it.
then when I heard that they had cast, I was like, they were like, Jude Law's in it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And they were like, as Watson and Robert Downey Jr. is Sherlock Holmes. I was like, no. And I mean, his British accent's not the best, but
Sure.
it's really good. It really works.
He has the cockiness.
The scenes
Yeah.
where they slow down, like the fight scenes,
Oh,
and
his
he
fight
talks through it.
is awesome.
I feel like that's iconic, but it's also been like mimicked in so many movies since then.
Oh, dude, Guy Ritchie.
it's so good.
That filmmaking style he chose to do was incredible
Yeah.
for that film.
Well, and honestly, the casting in that movie is great because you have Mark Strong as the bad guy, and he's
Yeah.
a great actor.
I love Mark Strong.
I don't think he gets a lot of recognition, but he's great.
Yep.
And So no, that movie is good. I didn't love Rachel McAdams or whatever.
Rachel McAdams, yeah.
I'm not a fan of hers, but
Yeah.
it was fine.
Sure. Yeah, no, you're right. I think he dwarfs almost anybody's around, though,
Yeah.
especially at that time.
And well, her energy didn't match his.
Oh, dude, and not only is it Robert Downey Jr., but Sherlock as a character is like it's really hard.
Well, she's
Yeah.
kind of like coy,
Yeah.
just like in
Yeah.
her personality in general. So I can see what you mean.
Yeah.
Sure.
I will say the score to this movie, though, is also incredible.
Dude,
Yes.
banger, 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 banger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, imagine being
Keep it
him,
going.
guys. Imagine being him. 4th movie since Iron Man. And he's like, I can't fucking do any wrong. Can you see
Well-
these
And
movies I'm
imagine
doing?
too, like how many?
I know. We're
how
not
many
done, but-
We're not there
movies
yet.
did he have under his belt before he did Iron Man? And like,
Wouldn't you
literally,
think it's
like
never
I
going to
said,
happen
they're
for you?
rated between like 4 and 6.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
nothing good.
All your work
Maybe
is just
a
like,
7 in there somewhere.
yeah, but there's nothing that I'm like, that's my favorite Robert Downey Jr. movie.
Right. Can
Before
you imagine?
Iron
and
Man.
then like all this success, like
Yeah. That's
so
crazy.
after that he did Iron Man 2.
Okay, listen.
I
Iron
want
Man
my
2,
buttered.
I want my butter.
I mean, I feel like
You got to give Iron Man 2 credit. The movie up until Whiplash is like the end is where shit gets muddy. But like before that, he's not a terrible villain. Like I get it. He's in a suit and it's the Monaco Raceway and he fucking whips a car in half and like you're kind of like, what is this? But the Iron Man suits are awesome. His acting is still badass. You get introduced to your new Rhodes, right?
Yeah, the
So-
War Machine. You meet War Machine.
Yeah, you get War Machine and
who I think is exponentially better.
and Don Cheadle is your
Yes.
new actor. And so there's a lot in this film that really pushed that part of that cinematic universe even better. So, they even have a fight like Iron Man and War Machine fight. Like there's some good stuff in the film. It's just Whiplash as a villain was not great. So
Yeah, it's hard because like Mickey Rourke, I can understand having him in the movie. I can get it, but like because he
Yeah.
was, I think he had just done The Wrestler. He was kind of back in the public eye.
yeah.
I get it, but honestly, to me, just don't have him do the stupid Russian accent.
That was probably the worst part.
It just didn't make sense.
what? But we put it all the time.
Oh, but also
I
want the Bluebird.
who plays
That's
Justin
Bluebird.
Hammer?
Is that Sam Rockwell?
Yes, and
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell's in that movie, and he's fantastic.
He's
funny as shit.
amazing.
So I feel like he's like, Ivan, where's my robots? like,
It's not bad. Like I have rewatched
Yeah.
it multiple times. It's still watchable, but it's not great. Like it's not.
no, because the ending battle, dude, is literally Whiplash. They're in like a freaking garden.
Yeah.
And he wraps his 2 Whiplashes around Iron Man and War Machine, and he's like draining their powers, and they just shoot him together, and then that's it. Like it's
Yeah.
really, really lame ending and battle, and yeah.
For having some really cool visuals, it
Right.
kind of was like, womp womp.
Yeah, you're right. It fell flat at the end. But the movie as a whole, without
okay.
it, you wouldn't have so much. So,
His next one was Love and Distrust. I think this is one they shot before and they threw it in there.
like, hold it. Wait. This guy's going to be Iron Man?
and
Don't release it
did
yet.
Nothing. So
Yeah.
after that, he did Due Date.
So
Oh, that's good.
I
We
just
watched this
rewatched it
recently.
again, and I laughed
It's
a
so
lot.
good.
Isn't that check yourself before you wreck yourself? Isn't
Oh, yeah,
that
dude.
that?
Zach
Zach Galifianakis
Galifianakis.
was like at his prime right now. Like when
Yes.
was Hangover? It was around that time.
It was
This
around
twen-
the same
this was
time.
2010.
Yeah, because I think Hangover came out in 2008, right?
Yeah.
And so he had done,
Yeah.
or he was building.
But like the two of them together, like polar opposite personalities, like it was hilarious.
What's his name in the film? David? Or something like that?
Peter.
Oh, Peter? Oh, wait, who? Robert Downey
Yeah.
Jr. is Peter? Dude, there's so many times he's just pissing Robert Downey Jr. off because he's doing this stuff intentionally just so he can hang out with him. And I'm laughing so hard. Like, he's like, Peter, why would you take me to Waffle House? I'm allergic to waffles. Like, some of this stuff is just so fucking dumb. But like, at the end of it, it somehow becomes really endearing and sweet, and they're friends. So like the comedy hit along with like the whole buddy friendship movie. And I didn't know because Robert Downey Jr. hadn't done anything like that after Iron Man. Everything was like, he's the main guy. It's all surrounded by him. And then this is the first one, like they're just playing off each other.
Yeah, but I feel like Robert Downey Jr.'s character was very much like almost a Tony Stark personality.
Yeah, that's true. Because he was just like, well, he's not rich. Oh, maybe he was. I don't remember.
No, he was just like a businessman.
Yeah, he's just trying to get back to his wife having a baby. But
yeah.
But I do remember it was the first time though. Yeah, you're right. Tropic Thunder, he's like comedic gold, right?
Yeah.
And then in this one, he plays the straight guy.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to be cast that way. Yeah. But good banger. I mean, in my eyes, banger. I thought it was good.
Yep. Next he did Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows.
I love that one too.
I don't like it as much as the first one.
Not as much.
Is
yeah.
it because you
But-
don't like Moriarty?
I think they needed to build that more.
But isn't he Sherlock Holmes' main villain in the lore?
Like for 40 years main villain.
Right,
Like
right,
for
right.
his ultimate arch nemesis. And
Right.
it's just like it all just I think that their story is one that you can't tell in 2 hours.
Yeah, it kind of. Yeah, there's a detriment to only have one film about it.
Yeah, well, or just that me personally, I would have enjoyed no Moriarty.
Oh, interesting. Because
I
I've
would've
heard
enjoyed-
people say they were disappointed he wasn't introduced in the first one all the way through.
I was surprised, but not surprised.
Yeah.
But to me, I felt like because their story is so large,
Yeah.
that the way it all kinds of gets wrapped up together is like, oh, okay. Like,
Yeah, I remember. I don't know. I remember coming out of that one and still thinking it was a great movie. That was me,
I think
though.
I
Yeah.
think they're both awesome. Honestly,
Yeah, but
I
you're
would
right,
love a
not
third
as good
one.
as the first one, and I'm surprised that they fucking haven't made one. And even Robert Downey was like, "Dude, they both were super successful. Why would you not capitalize on
Yeah,
that?"
I feel like
So-
they've done so many others though, like the Benedict Cumberbatch
Yeah, that's
show,
true.
and then Enola Holmes
Mhm.
kind of is a third version of it. So like, I feel like to go back.
Will Ferrell.
Oh, don't even, that doesn't even count. Don't waste your time.
Ugh.
So I don't know. I don't know if they can go back to Robert Downey Jr. when there's been so many things since.
Yeah, it's almost one of those things like if you didn't do it, you lost the
It'd be
train. They lost the train. You
It'd
missed
be like
the train.
if you made another Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. It won't be as good. Okay.
Then The Avengers.
What's that movie all about?
I'm not reading a synopsis. He plays Iron Man / Tony Stark though.
Dude,
Wow.
It was cool, man. He ended up being the leader. Well, it's supposed to be Captain America, but Robert Downey was definitely like the guy.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Like, can you believe that they took all of these movies and made a big one?
It's rad.
Like, that's pretty rad. And it was successful.
And it
Yeah.
still is.
That's the thing that's crazy the most about Avengers is everybody. You have these characters who are, as we've seen, worthy of their own movies all in themselves.
Right.
And they were able to really make a fully fledged movie that gives, I feel, everybody their time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was nice because you didn't need the thing I've been enjoying about the Marvel movies is, especially like that movie, it was like, you already know who these people are. Let's go. Like, I don't need.
sure.
Yeah, you just
Right.
jump right
Yep.
into the action. Yeah.
And that's
Is
what
it
I also
Josh Whedon
Joss
that
Whedon
did that one?
Joss.
Yeah.
Joss Whedon.
That's what I also enjoyed about the Tom Holland Spider-Mans is like, there's no origin story.
Right. Yep.
It's like, we know who you are. Let's go. Like,
Yeah, we get it. Yeah, you're
so
Spider-Man.
I liked that about the Avengers.
Yep. I agree.
But then that was when you really see him like come into his own as Tony Stark because then you hear more about like the stuff he does on set. So like all of him, like him eating all the time. I guess that
Yeah.
was just him eating all the time.
That's funny.
And then the whole like that man's playing Galaga. He just ad-libbed that. He ad-libbed the thing about shawarma.
That's so awesome. And they made it
so-
a thing.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you say that like he's the leader
Yeah.
because he also has this like personality where he doesn't want anything to do with anyone.
Which is the coolest part of his arc.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But banger.
Yep.
I mean,
Banger.
dude, this guy can't go any wrong at this point.
So then Iron Man 3.
Okay, Extremis program, that's not bad. It's not a bad one. I really like Guy Pearce, like as an actor. This gave Gwyneth Paltrow's character, Pepper, gave her an opportunity to don the suit and to like have superpowers and like, so there's just some cool shit, man. It's just that they screwed up his main villain. That's why everybody hated it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I really felt that the Mandarin was completely
Hilarious.
underutilized.
Trevor
Hilarious.
Knight or something.
Trevor Slattery.
Yeah,
Like,
Trevor Slattery.
I thought that Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin was amazing. I thought he
Yes.
was great. But I think that having it really be Guy Pearce the whole time was kind of like, why? Have
Yeah.
it be just have it be the Mandarin.
I know.
Like-
It was kind of it was an interesting, like, we'll have two villains and you don't really know what's happening. And then they make this comedic thing. People that were fan of the comics, though, that's why they were upset because Mandarin's supposed to be a legit villain.
The Mandarin is Tony Stark's Lex Luthor.
Right. Right.
And he is his like ultimate villain. And it was to
Mm-hmm.
have that was kind of like, meh.
Yeah, but then I feel like they've retconned it enough now. I think that,
Well-
yes, it got the backlash, but they did it right.
I think they've sprinkled him into Trevor Slattery into a
Yeah.
few things.
I know. It's been
And
awesome.
so it's funny.
But I would call this a banger. That thing made millions and millions of dollars, that movie.
I think it gets forgotten. I actually think it's really good because it kind of talks about it like he's got PTSD
Right.
when he's
Yep.
like with the kid and stuff, and he really struggles with like who Iron Man is and who Tony Stark is.
You're right.
I think it's very good.
well,
I
that
think
one
it does get forgotten because I needed you guys to talk about it to remember what happened. In the
that one
movie.
gets a lot more emotional. You're right too, Amanda, with him having that relationship with the boy
Mm-hmm.
who's homeless, right? Homeless or something like that. I don't know if he's homeless.
I don't
but
think he's homeless.
he's just like no one's there for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So next one he did is Chef.
Why don't I remember this movie?
Oh,
Jean
I've never-
Favreau.
Oh, right. What? I don't know if I've seen it. Is it good?
See, you said you've seen everything.
No. I saw it on the
I
shelf.
have seen it. It's really good.
Liar.
Would you call it a banger?
Oh my god.
I mean, at this point, Jon Favreau directed Iron Man 1 and 2. So he was just like, hey, Robbie Downey, come be in my film.
A head chef quits his restaurant job and buys a food truck in an effort to reclaim his creative promise while piecing back together his estranged family.
Because Jon Favreau is the main character,
Yeah.
right? Yes.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
And then the next one he did was The Judge. Did you see that one?
Oh, yes.
You did?
Yes.
I've never
I
even
don't-
heard of that.
I don't remember what the synopsis is, though.
It's Robert De Niro.
De Niro?
I'll click it.
Robert Downer. Robert Downer.
Sorry, Robert Duvall.
Robert Downer.
Robert Duvall.
Sorry. Robert Duvall. Oh, R.I.P., dude.
Big city lawyer Hank Palmer returns to his childhood home where his father, the town's judge, is suspected of murder.
Yes.
Hank sets
Yep.
out to
Whoa.
discover the truth and along the way reconnects with his estranged family.
I think you'd like it, Amanda. I think you'd like it. Again,
I'll watch
though,
it.
some of this stuff sometimes falls in the drama category, so it's a little like, meh, but that was not a bad movie.
I feel like it got good reviews.
Yeah, that was not a bad movie.
Next one, Avengers: Age of Ultron.
I would rewatch Iron Man 2 before I'd watch Age of Ultron.
I think I've seen it once.
Really?
Maybe twice, but like
Yeah.
I don't remember loving it, so it's just one that I'm like, man.
I feel bad because Robert Downey took a back seat in this one. This
Well,
has
dude,
the Romanoff twins. This has
They had vision. They had to do
Yeah.
so much in this movie.
Right.
And it had, I mean, Ultron's a really cool character. And I think that they did the Ultron very well. Like, I think James Spader is the voice of Ultron. Like,
Hate it.
Yeah, Ash hates James Spader.
I don't like
know
him. I
why.
think he's weird, but like there was some points where it was almost like a horror element. And
Yes, there was some stuff there. I do if I'm not mistaken, the character arc there is that Tony Stark, like, sometimes he pushes things too hard.
Yeah.
Right. So then, of course, he accidentally makes Vision, who makes Ultron, or vice versa, whatever. So it is Tony Stark's fault about what's happening. But other than that, like, he doesn't get a whole lot of time in that film versus other things. So
No, I mean, Iron Man's whole arc is Icarus. Like, he flies too close to the sun.
yeah, right. Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, I'll have to watch it again, but
It's okay, but it is the weakest of the Avengers films.
yeah.
Captain America: Civil War.
Banger. The coolest thing that they ever did in comics was have Iron Man and Captain America like be at odds with one another. So it was great. It was the first time Tony and Cap get to like tell each other off about like their personalities that they hate about one another. So it was really cool. It was cool to see that type of character direction.
Well, and that introduced a shitload of characters.
Oh my God, dude, Black Panther, right? And Ant-Man and all sorts of things that were.
Well, I think Ant-Man had already been
maybe he had his own film
introduced,
before that.
but you got to see him do something new. Where he gets
Oh
giant.
yeah, he got to be Giant Man. That's right.
And then it also introduces Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yep.
That's right. Yep. Mr. Stark. Actually, that relationship being built was really cool. Mm-hmm. Because what's funny though is you kind of forgot about the Iron Man 3 kid, and then he replaced that. He kind of replaced who that was. But Robert Downey, man, I mean, at this point, guys, he just sits back, lets them write a script, and then just does his masterpiece as Tony Stark, right? Like at this point, it's not, I wouldn't even call it typecast. It's just like, that's your guy. Nobody else plays Tony Stark. You're Tony Stark.
I think he's been able to morph Tony Stark's character into his just own cadence and personality.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
so I think now, like, they're so synonymous because that's just Robert Downey Jr. showing up and getting a paycheck.
Yeah. Do you think it's weird though that Iron Man 1, 2, 3 come out and then there's never another Iron Man? It's just all these Avengers and like Infinity War and frickin'
No.
yeah, no. And he shows up in other
agree.
films. Okay.
Nope. Next, he is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Banger.
So good. So good. And he's the father figure basically to
I love that relationship, honestly.
yeah, it was really good. That's why it made it so epic in the older or in the last Avengers films for the stuff to happen that happened.
Well, and then that's when you really see him not being like the fun dad. You see him being like the disciplinary dad.
Oh yeah, because he takes the suit away. He's like,
yeah,
yeah, right.
And you're seeing him. In a movie that isn't his. You're
Right.
seeing different sides to him,
which is pretty epic, right? Because that's Sony's movie, and so they could have. I mean, let's be honest, ladies. They've shat up a lot of Marvel stuff before.
Oh.
Finally, Marvel's like, listen, you can have the frickin' distribution rights and whatever you want to make the money off of it. We get creative control. And that was the only way that those movies worked. The only way. So,
I mean, they're amazing. I love all of them.
Yeah.
And no, I think we have a episode about the Spider-Man movies where Andy and I go in depth about each movie and how much we like them and don't like other ones.
Yes, this is true.
So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely go check that one out. But that movie is great.
It's so good.
Keep it going. Avengers: Infinity War.
Oh boy. I mean, those films, they were shot back to back, if I'm not mistaken, right? The two
I don't
endings.
remember.
I'm pretty sure that's like years of Robert Downey Jr.'s life. Like that's all he's doing.
Well, I mean, so I remember they announced that it was going to be two different movies.
Yeah.
And I remember you go into the movie, you walk in, and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, here we go, here we go, here we go. And you leave, and you're like gutted.
Oh,
And-
it was probably one of the first films that I like left, and I'm just like, this emptiness inside me
Yeah.
right now. Yes.
Well, because, and the filmmakers did a really great job of like, you feel the heroes are gone.
Oh, right.
And it's the
right.
first time that they lose.
Okay. Oh, so hold on. Sidebar. This has nothing to do with Tony Stark, but I have to bring it up. Avengers Infinity War. Have you heard about the theory that Captain America dies?
No.
So Captain America, he is basically holding back Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet, right? You remember that scene? He's like holding it. Well, Captain America can take a punch, but he can't take a punch from fucking Thanos. So the theory is that during that punch, when he like goes and he takes him out and you see Captain America fly and like looks like he just passes out, he actually dies. But he gets brought back because the time stone. So because they blow up Vision and then they redo everything all again, that's a different version of Tony Stark, like Captain America. Yeah, Chris Evans' character. And I thought it was just a really cool like theory is that Captain America actually dies because he never dies in the entire like Infinity Saga, except for that time. Anyway, back to Robert Downey. I'm sorry. I just found it very interesting.
Avengers Endgame.
It's not good. Not a banger. I'm going to take that one back. That one's
Okay,
great.
so I don't think I'm trying to remember, but I don't think I've ever cried in a movie theater before I saw this movie.
Legit, you cried? That's incredible.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me set the scene. So it's the end of April.
Yeah.
Whatever, 2019. I'm 9 months pregnant.
Oh, sure.
It came out like a week before my due date. Like it came out like right before I was
sat
due.
through a 3-hour movie in the theaters when you're 9 months pregnant.
I can't miss it.
This
I
is
could
like
not sit in a
this
theater
is
for 3 hours.
culturally significant.
So it literally was like, this is the moment of our generation right now.
Yeah,
like, where
she's
were
not
you
wrong. She's not wrong.
when you watched Avengers? Like, so I was super pregnant and I had like knew we were going. So I drank very little water. And then, so we get to the movie, I pee. And I was like, I'm committed to holding this the whole time. But I
Nice.
sat on the aisle in case I had to go.
Well, thank God freaking Lincoln didn't pop out.
Well, that was my thing. I remember it was like, what are you going to do if you go into labor? And I was like, I got time. Like, as long as my
I'll
water
sit through
doesn't
these
break.
Contractions.
Yeah, as long as my water doesn't break, we're good, dude.
That's awesome.
Dude, that, and then because I'm just like hormonal walrus, like the end of the movie, sobbing. Like, I remember it was like John like looked over at me at one point, and it's like when Captain America and Peggy are dancing together at the very end.
Oh, yeah.
I was literally like, like not even like audible, just like it's so beautiful, and I was just sobbing.
Well, it's really so in Avengers Infinity War, Tony Stark is literally stuck in space the whole time.
Yeah.
Right? So like you don't
Well,
even
for the first half of the movie.
Right. And so you don't really get to see a lot of like interaction with the other characters and stuff. But in this next one, he's like, I'm done, dude. I got kids. I love you 3000. Like there's all of this like emotional buildup from him. And then for them to truly like make the decision to let him go in that film. I don't remember who it was, but I think it was Jon Favreau was like, you can't do this. That's Iron Man, dude. That's everybody's Iron Man. You cannot have him die in this film. And they chose to do it. And it was like, it was a very crazy choice.
I still don't accept it.
That he, yeah,
No,
right. And
I
he's
can't.
the one that
I
snaps the
can't.
Infinity Gauntlet. I thought it was super
Nuh-uh.
awesome. I thought it was super
wonder-
awesome.
Not possible.
I wonder if that was what he wanted. Like, I wonder if he
Was done.
didn't want to do anymore. Like, you know, kind of
Yeah.
was like, this would be a good opportunity for me to end.
What year was this, Ash?
2019.
Okay, so I mean, now it's been 3 years since. And I mean, his legacy still lives on as Iron Man. He still influences the other films.
There's all these rumors that he's coming back for this or coming back for this. And I know
Yeah.
Disney is making an Ironheart series.
Right.
So
right.
I wouldn't be shocked if his face shows up. I bet it'll be
Yeah.
like pre-recorded movies and stuff like that.
I don't think that he's going to have a mainline film anymore. I don't think that I think that they've stuck to, we've got new Avengers, a new phase,
I
new
feel like
series.
it's a new era. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So he really followed this up with Doolittle.
Okay.
Oh God.
I do have to take back my banger comment. I Okay, there's been 2 films I have fallen asleep in the theater because I did not give a shit about the movies. Doolittle was one of them, and Lord of the Rings, the second one, when they're on the barrels, I fell asleep.
Oh, The Hobbit?
Theater. Yeah, or The Hobbit. Sorry, The Hobbit.
I was about to be like, you fell asleep during the second Lord of the Rings?
No, not Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit. And I love The Hobbit, so I was really disappointed that I did.
Well, I mean, come on. I could talk for an hour about how many things I disliked about that movie. So I'm not
Doolittle
shocked.
Or Hobbit.
No, the whole Hobbit. It's
yeah.
literally
Well,
like a 90-page book, and you're turning it into 3 2.5-hour movies. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't like a lot of that stuff either. But back to Doolittle.
Sorry.
Could not stand his performance in that film. I thought it was stupid.
I mean, I already said I hate talking animals.
Well, yeah, but it was just not well done. And who directed
But
it? Do you remember?
imagine having to be like the only human in this talking virtual animal movie.
It's so bad.
Well,
how do you do that well?
How do you come off of literally the biggest movie, period? Like,
Yeah.
the most successful movie, stop. Like,
Right.
period.
Right.
With one of the worst movies of all time.
Well, it's almost like, was he damned no matter what? Whatever movie was going to be after Infinity War would have never, or not, or Endgame would have never hit anybody's
Quite
expectations.
possibly.
But Doolittle was like worse than it needed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if he had
What's the
followed it up,
rating?
5.6.
like,
Yeah, it's bad.
if he had followed that up with like A Scanner Darkly,
Yeah.
Zodiac,
Yeah,
it would
right.
have been like, okay.
Yeah.
But it was just like, dude, you're going to follow it up with that stinker? Like, that's rough.
Yeah.
But I think you're right, Ashley. I imagine it would be really difficult to act alongside nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
You have to
true.
pretend.
That's true.
Uh-huh. All right, so we got some things coming out. In 2023, a movie called Oppenheimer.
Wait, so
Uh-oh.
that was literally the last thing he had released?
Yeah.
Yeah, Doolittle,
Wow.
because it was
And
so
that was
bad. He's
2
like, I'm not
years
acting
ago.
anymore.
So he said
Wow.
nothing else. And then coming out, he's got something called All-Star Weekend, where he plays Mexican Stranger.
Okay.
7 episodes of The Sympathizer.
Okay.
Okay.
Sherlock Holmes 3.
Yeah.
Coming at ya.
I did hear rumors
What's
about
it
that,
called?
Sherlock Holmes 3.
Oh, okay.
but it's probably working title.
Play Dirty.
Okay.
We've got another untitled Sherlock Holmes project.
Oh, I wonder if it's like a short or some
I don't
fun
know.
thing.
And then Pinocchio.
Interesting. Is he Geppetto?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay,
Is he the
this is
Guillermo del Toro Geppetto?
No. This is a third Pinocchio.
I'm sorry, we don't need that many fucking Pinocchio
Right?
movies.
Oh, a third one? I
Yes,
forgot.
because there's the
that
Tom
yeah.
Hanks one, the Guillermo del Toro one, which is coming out.
Dude, are we back to the fucking DreamWorks Pixar fighting over this shit again? And everyone's just like, just do the same movie.
I don't understand.
I just
See who
don't-
does it best.
How many times do I need to hear the
And it's
story of
obviously
Pinocchio?
not Disney, because
We
the Tom
don't.
Hanks one was Disney.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good, dude. We're good.
I don't know.
We're good.
I don't know. But at least we've got some Sherlock Holmes coming out.
I would be stoked for Sherlock Holmes. And if it's an untitled project, it'd be cool if it was 3 and 4 and they're just shooting them back to back and won't say anything.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yep. So everybody can sense this already, and you know, there's literally 2 different versions of Robert Downey Jr. There's the before
Talk about-
Iron Man and the after Iron Man.
Talk about coming back from the grave.
Oh,
Man.
Seriously.
dang. Yeah. Legit. Is there anything from his past before Iron Man that you guys would go back and rewatch?
Kiss
Just
Kiss
to-
Bang Bang.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I think A Scanner Darkly is worth watching for the visual graphics.
I agree.
And then I felt like there was one more. I'll say
Well,
those 2.
So, what about you, Ash?
I don't think there were any that I didn't see that I'm like, oh, I should see that.
Sure.
Oh, Zodiac.
Oh, you mean like you want to rewatch Zodiac?
I think those are worth watching if you're interested in his
Yeah.
career before Iron Man.
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to go back and watch the 16 episodes of SNL he was on.
Oh yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
I want to just I'm curious what that was all about.
Yeah.
So actually, when we're done, I'm going to look it up on YouTube.
So please, we need listeners to tell us
Yeah.
of what we haven't seen. What do we need to see? Because there's a lot on that list.
Pre Iron Man, what do we
Yes.
like? What's a must? Is
Yes.
there a must out of the I feel like you said 40 movies, to be honest.
It's what
but
it feels like. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot that we hadn't seen.
Yep.
I think I'll
So-
definitely check out that The Judge or whatever though.
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
Judge was good. Do you guys think post Iron Man, what's your favorite Robert Downey so far? You can't just even if it's Iron Man, which one?
Sherlock.
Sherlock.
Oh, Sherlock. Yeah, that's really good. Sherlock's really good. I think it's either Sherlock or the first Iron Man for me, because the first Iron Man's really good.
I also really love the first Avengers movie. I've rewatched that multiple times.
That is a good movie. You're right. I've also rewatched it when I watch Avengers and then when I watch Endgame.
Yeah, I started on like a thing where I started watching all of the Marvel movies in like chronological order.
Yeah.
And I got to like Thor, and then I got to the second Thor, and I haven't continued on with.
Yeah. That's because the second Thor soured your mouth.
I'm just like, it's just one. You know how like
your mouth.
soured my mouth. You know how like when it's like you're watching movies or you're doing something, you know the next thing's gonna be kind of like womp womp. And it's like that. And so I know that I know I could just skip it, but it's like I'm watching them because I'm looking for all the little Easter eggs, you know, like
yeah.
that's why I'm watching them, because I'm looking for the callbacks and the little like nods to other things. So it's like, if I don't watch it, then I'm losing the purpose of why I'm rewatching these in the first place.
That's true. You know, you're right. Apparently there's a big master cut of everything chronologically, like not just films, scene for scene.
Interesting.
Wow.
It's like 12 hours long or something like that. It goes all the way through Endgame, and it's every single scene chronologically, how it would
I'll be honest
come
with you.
together.
I kind of want to watch it.
I kind of
Yeah.
want to as well. That's crazy though. 12 hours of
Well, you just like you watch an hour at a time.
Oh, it's
Right.
wild. Yeah.
Like,
Well, geez, Robert Downey Jr., this is literally our longest street cred we've ever done, is Robert Downey Jr. That means...
and we really didn't talk about anything until
There's-
the last like 15 years.
So if you're still listening, thanks for still listening.
You know what I should do just for fun? Just like Infinity War and Endgame, I should cut it in the middle before Iron Man and be like, to be continued. And then
you have to wait
listen.
2 years, bitch.
And then you have to, then we wait and then we release the other half of the podcast where we talk about Iron Man films and beyond.
So I saw a meme a while ago
it's
that
Batman
was like,
and Beyond, not Iron Man and Beyond.
What? Batman? It's Buzz Lightyear. What? You're drunk. Go home.
I saw a meme online a long time ago, and it was like a guy and his kid were watching the superhero movies, and they watched Avengers Endgame, and at the snap, you know, like the movie ends and the kid's like, okay, let's watch. Oh my God, what happens? We got to watch the next one. And I guess the dad was like, no, you're going to wait 2 years like everybody else.
Like I did. Oh, that would be so traumatic. That was so much. We were like, we don't even know.
Dude,
son of a
do you
bitch.
remember that though? Do you remember like that empty feeling you leave the movie theater with? You were like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, and then they continued it with fucking Endgame and Hawkeye losing his goddamn family in the beginning.
Oh,
That's
well, and then,
so sad.
Right.
It is sad. But and then just even the like hour where it's them kind of like how where they are now, like 5 years later or whatever.
Right.
And it's just very like sad.
It's so somber. And it changed the whole universe. Like it changed the Spider-Man movies. Like they have to go back to high school and everybody else has graduated.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's interesting.
Well, Robert Downey Jr., all I have to say is thank you, bro, for coming back. Because that could have just been like it. You never did Iron Man. And we would have only known those 40 movies and then some little sprinkles here or there. But instead, cultural icon now. 15 years of our lives have been Robert Downey Jr. movies that we've loved. Slow clap. Slow clap.
I won't do it.
Non-audible clap.
Yes. Guys, seriously, if you had seen any of the movies that we've listed and we must see them and we haven't yet, hit us up. Amanda, where can they do that at?
Okay, come tell us about what Robert Downey Jr. movie we should watch at our Instagram at Real Awkward Podcast.
Okay. It's been long enough. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for an hour and 20 minutes. Catch us on the next episode of the Real Awkward Podcast. My throat's sore as F. Let's finish it up.
Bye-bye.